The Fired Up Wealth YouTube community is almost 3 years old. And a couple years ago, I made a video. It was the 10 simple steps to financial independence, financial freedom. And it seems very straightforward. It talks about the 10 things from A to Z, how to get to where you want to be to enjoy life and have financial independence. And I think as investors, we focus too much on the short term, these small movements. You know, if we're investing and we're planning for 10, 15, 20 years out, these small movements, these intraday movements, these monthly movements, they don't really mean that much. But yet as investors, a lot of times it's hard with that psychology and that discipline not to stare at our portfolios and to stress and to make, second guess yourself. Did I do this right? Should I have done this differently? Could I have done this differently? No shoulda, coulda, woulda, no dwelling on the past. Instead of doing a real talk and going into all that, which I just did last week, I want to show you this video. It's only about 3 minutes long. I want you to pay attention to each step along the way and make sure that you're doing the things that you need to do to get to where you want to be, guys. We had inflation data today. The core inflation was a little bit less than expected overall, 8.5%, highest, in 40 years. Some people are saying it's peak inflation. Some people are saying we still could have a recession early 2023. At the end of the day, if we're still working, we're making money, we're accumulating shares of high quality companies, and we have a 2030 time horizon, we're going to outperform the market if we're investing in the right companies. And we know we're not going to be right every time, but we know that 6 out of 10, hopefully even more, 7 out of 10 are going to be right. And we're going to outperform the market. We're going to be successful, and we're going to achieve financial independence. So watch this 3-minute video. I want you to pay close attention to it. And let's start a conversation below. Drop me a comment. Let me know if you learned anything from this. Let me know where you're at on your journey and where you want to be. So without further ado, here's the 3-minute video. Enjoy.
10 simple steps to financial independence, retire early with dividends, also known as the FIRED methodology. The very first step, most important, is education and skills. And I'm not talking just education from university, from VOTech, from college, financial education. How do tax laws work? How do credit scores work? What's the difference between an asset and a liability? Having a financial education is the backbone to your success. Number 2, it seems very straightforward, but obviously you need to make as much money as you possibly can during your lifetime, especially if you're trying to retire early. Number 1 is important for number 2, but there are other ways to do it. You can have a second job, you can have side hustles, start a business, whatever you have to do to maximize the amount of money you bring in. Step 3, take that money that you work so hard for and save it. Don't buy things you don't need. Don't live beyond your means like so many people do. Save that money, invest it into assets that will grow your wealth over time. And while you're doing this, make sure at a young age that you go ahead and take some risks and invest in growth. It's very important for the success of your portfolio to invest in some speculative areas like some technology plays, biotech, whatever it is that you're into that will help expedite your wealth. Number 5 is figure out how much money you need on a monthly or annual basis to cash flow positive from your assets. Once you've achieved that, you're financially independent. You need more money coming in from your assets than what you spend every month, and you're good to go. Now in step 6, we're actually going to design a portfolio strategy with the appropriate yield required in order to make number 5 happen. Obviously for each person, it's going to be different. 2%, 3%, 4%, 5% yield. You had a strategy before this, but it was very growth centric. Now you're going to design a portfolio strategy to figure out yield and how you're going to actually get enough money to live off of it. And to that, you're actually going to convert as you age, as you get older, you're going to convert your growth stocks into DGI, Dividend Growth Investing stocks. You want those to outpace inflation. So that means each year, the income you receive is going to increase. That dividend is going to increase each year. And congratulations, now at step 8, you are cash flow positive. You've accomplished your goal and you don't have to actually sell any of your assets. Your money will continue to grow, albeit without the dividends reinvested, and you can leave a legacy for your family. So you are cash flow positive. You can live off of your assets and you're going to get a raise each year that's going to outpace that inflation rate. And that means you can enjoy life, enjoy family. You can travel, volunteer, give back, mentor, start a business, do a job that you love, do whatever it is that you'd like to do. You are now financially independent. It doesn't mean you just sit around and watch TV. It means that you can do the things that you want to do out of life. I appreciate you watching this. Have a great rest of your day. Take care.